In today's video, I'll be taking you back in time and I'll be doing 2 journal entries inspired by history. In the first entry, I'll be doing some lettering I haven't done before, so this is Uncial. So I'm going to attempt this lettering using this book here, and if you're curious about the book, it's The Art of Calligraphy. And then for the imagery, I'll be doing it inspired by this illuminated manuscript. So this one will be more akin to the Gothic lettering that I've done before, except this lettering is slightly different. And then for the second one, I will be taking it forward a little bit in time, and I will be doing, for the first time, Humanist Minuscule. So we'll see how this goes. I'm doing 2 new lettering styles that I haven't done before. And for the second entry, I am inspired by these old journals. So this is a journal from Carl Linnaeus, a botanist, and I love how he's studying animals and things. And then also inspired by Alexander von Humboldt, a scientist. Love this look too. But I won't be drawing it myself today since I'm already taking on the huge task of doing 2 lettering styles I haven't done before. I've printed my graphics, so I won't be drawing today, but in the future I do plan to do this style and actually drawing my graphics. And then also another one, Henry Bates, an entomologist. He was studying insects and I thought these spreads were beautiful. So that is my inspiration for today, and let's see how it goes. So first one, go back to Uncial. I'll be keeping this open for reference. And I'll be doing these entries in my Hobonichi cousin. And for pens I'm using today, I'm using my Kaweco Sport in brass, and this has a 2.3mm stub nib. I love how chunky this is, and these wider stub widths really make it easier for me to get a grip of the lettering. So I always love to practice lettering with very, very thick stubs. But I do also have a thinner one here. This is the Leonardo Momento 0, and then I have a 1.1mm stub nib on here. So a little thinner. I'm not sure if I'll use it yet, maybe for the humanist lettering, but we'll see. All right, and now let's just start with placing some stickers since I am not doing any drawings. So this graphic here I pulled from Century Library's archive, and it very much felt similar to this one. That's why I picked this graphic here. And as for other graphics, I did print out a few more just in case I had some spare room. Maybe that one up here, maybe this one, but I'm not so sure about this one. Maybe this one. I'm going to place that. And then for the next page, I know I want to use this one, and also this graphic and this frame I got from Century Library as well. And then I might possibly use this, although it's probably too tall. Yeah, I might have sized that a little too big. So who knows, maybe... Or I could, I guess, technically overlap the stickers here. But we'll see if I end up using this. I just know for sure I do want to use the skunk one because that is what this entry is about. Because I have a skunk friend who keeps visiting me. Okay. Those are my stickers for now, and now I will get to lettering. Now as for how tall I want to do them, I have a feeling I should do these 2 grid high, but I'm also debating on 3 high, although I think 3 high might be a little too big. I feel like 2 high might be the best. So I guess let's start. And actually maybe I should put the pencil board behind before I do this. Just gives me some firmness behind the page. so that when I press into the page it won't indent so much, because I do have that going on here. When I wrote on this side, I didn't have the pencil board behind and it kind of did a lot of indenting. But anyway. I feel like this A is very indicative of Uncial. So when you see this A, you know it's Uncial. I feel like once I learned Gothic lettering, it opened up this whole style of lettering for me, because you hold the pen very similarly and you use stubs as well. So for Gothic lettering, sometimes you hold it at 45 degrees, like the stub nib here, or you hold it at 30 degrees. And this lettering also requires that same angle to 30 degrees, although I do see that sometimes it does require a 10-degree angle. I feel like once you start doing the letters, it's the same patterns for the letters over and over again. So even if you don't know what the letter is, you can kind of guess what the letter is going to be, or how to form it, I should say. Although I still love to have my reference available to look at in case I don't know. Not gonna lie, I think the A is my favorite letter to do so far. Something about the A is just so satisfying. One thing about Uncial is that it's a lot more curved versus just straight up and down like Gothic. The one letter that I'm not looking forward to doing is S, because it's entirely curves and I'm not great with curves. So we'll see how this goes. Not bad, but not great. Okay, another S. Oops. This G's a little messed up, that's fine. Okay, now I'm at the point where if I want to add another sticker, it has to be now, otherwise there won't be any room. So, do I add a sticker? I don't even think it'll fit up there. Maybe if I cut it a little more, and since it's transparent. Or do I do it down here? I feel like up top, since I have more room, it would be best to do it up there. So never mind, I'm not going to add a sticker down here. I'm just going to keep writing. I feel like I switched my T's. I started going, when did I do that? T. Yeah, I feel like I started doing that here instead of going down. Oops. Okay. So that is Uncial. I didn't stick to this exactly like my Y's here. I did my Y's differently just because I figured this little diamond shape here, it would go into the next line above. So I kind of modified it. So this isn't like technically historically accurate, but kind of close. And I do think I messed up my spacing. I feel like my spacing here is off. It's hard to read, but this is my first time doing it, so not too bad. All right, next entry. Now we're going into later times. Put my pencil board over here. And actually, do I want to do that sticker? I think I might. I just need my scissors. I need to cut it like very close to. That way I'm not overlapping the text too much. Probably could have sized this a little smaller, but I wasn't sure if I was actually going to use this in the entry. Okay. Kind of over the E here, it's fine, it's still readable. All right, now this entry is done. Okay, so now this one, I feel like I'm going to have a harder time with Humanist Minuscule since it's more serif-y, and also the slant is different here. So the slant on this lettering is a 15-degree angle versus 30 is what I was doing for Uncial, but I'm gonna have to do it even more straight. And something I love about this book is that it does tell you the slant which you need to create this lettering. And then also it has the steps, the numbers, so you can follow this to make the letters. I'm debating on doing this with this thinner stub here, which I think I may do since I have to hold this horizontally. How do I do it? Too high again or one high? I feel like too high would be the way to go. That way it's consistent with this one. All right, let's try this. And I have to remind myself to twist my hand enough because this is what I want to default to since learning Gothic lettering. But this one I have to have it really straight on. Oops, I did that one a little too curved. I was still thinking of Uncial. Oops. This one is supposed to be more straight, but oh well. Gosh, do I have to do a G? The G is hard. Okay, let's try this. So it's an O. I can do it now. There's my O. On the curve. Alright, not too bad. Alright, so that is this lettering, and I wouldn't say it's the best, but it doesn't... Oh, that's my dog yelling at me to play with him. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. I definitely could practice more with this one. I had this one, but I needed all this space to write this. Do I use that, or do I just keep it bare? Let's see if I have anything in my collection of stickers that'll fit. I have a bunch of extras I printed over a long amount of time. Maybe that. Ooh, I kind of like this one. Ooh, I actually like that up there. I do like that up there. Okay, let's try that. I feel like this color here kind of unifies these since it's a similar color. Alright, these are the finished entries. So this is Humanist Minuscule and this is Uncial. Whenever I don't know what I want to do for an entry, I like to revert back to history and look at old things and see what I can recreate. I'm really inspired by old ways of thinking, old ways of doing, and it kind of keeps these practices alive. So if you're feeling stuck, check out some old lettering, some old manuscripts, journals, and see what you can recreate. And thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.